Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Yoon Jung-min. We begin with the nation's ambitious plan to render South Korea a leading startup powerhouse in the world. Unveiled today was a comprehensive support plan to bolster local startups that centers on private-led growth and injecting more funds. Our business correspondent Shin Ha-young reports.
The government is rolling up its sleeves to become one of the world's top 3 startup nations. The goal was announced by the Ministry of SMEs and Startups on Wednesday with the comprehensive measures that unveiled during a Startup Korea strategy meeting held by President Yoon.
정부가 주도하고 있는 스타트업 생태계 역시 민간 중심, 시장 중심으로 과감하게 바꿔 나가야 된다고 생각합니다. 민간이 투자를 주도하고 스스로 생태계를 키우고 또 정부는 민간 모펀드에 대한 일정한 출자와 또 세제 지원 이런 방식으로 확대해 나가야 된다고 봅니다.
The ministry will expand venture investment by establishing a Startup Korea fund worth 2 trillion Korean won or roughly $1.5 billion in which both public and private sectors will invest. This will increase the size of venture investment from last year's $9.4 billion to $10.7 billion by 2027. Areas of investment include deep tech sectors such as system semiconductors and AI, while it will be also used for global expansion. The government is also diversifying its method of startup support, which had previously consisted of subsidies. While increasing the subsidy amounts, authorities are also reviewing a method where a portion of the additional support received would be reclaimed when revenue is generated. For instance, if there is a startup that has been receiving a subsidy of 100 million won, it would receive 130 million won in total support, with the additional 30 million won being recovered over several years once it starts making money. For the globalization of the startup and venture ecosystem, the government will also support Koreans who start businesses overseas. The global fund that supports domestic startups to go abroad will be expanded to around $7.5 billion by next year. It will also introduce a new program called Global Tips to support the startups that receive investments from foreign venture capitalists and establish offshore corporations. Within 4 years, the ministry aims to have 5 startups on the global top 100 list of unicorn companies or companies worth over $1 billion. Shin Ha-young, Arirang News.